Green flags from the starter stand, and we are underway with feature racing here tonight. Kyle Terrio brings the limited late models to turn 2 for the first time.
Terrio does a good job of getting on the gas early, but by the time they come off turn number 2 down the back straightaway, he has literally a group of cars that are applying the pressure. Less than a half mile is into the record books. First lap, Kyle Terrio is out in front. Battle is for the 3rd position with our rookie Travis Hydar with car number 11.
Caution comes out for a spin here off turn 4. Shelby Swan in the 44 car will spin that machine out, get it fired back up.
Second time under green, and it is Terrio. Lavoie is right there. Outside lane, the 9 car of Connor Jensick faltered just a bit. All of a sudden, that worked to the advantage. Here comes Lavoie. The color red, raging like a bull to the outside, trying to take the lead. A car that looks like a former Jeff Gordon car, setting the pace, and here comes Travis Hydar.
Hydar to the inside of Lavoie for second, just behind Kyle Terrio, who continues the lead. Connor Jensick, check that, Devin Jensick in the 23, might be one of the fastest cars on the racetrack right now. He's up to 4th. Followed by the 22 of Gary Patnode, who cracks the top 5 for the first time in this feature as they come around to complete lap number 6. Terrio pulling away right now at the front of the field in car 24, driver that wants so desperately to turn his season around.
Trouble.
And around goes last year's champion and gets clobbered for Matt Clement. That they're still piling in down in turn 1.
Here's a different perspective of it. There's the contact, 55. Might have brushed him just a bit. R.J. Serdell, the 83, makes it by. Vertiflay right there. And then the aftershock. Here they come off turn number 4. It is Mike Holmberg looking the field over. There is the green, and Kyle Terrio looks as strong as he did on the initial start to the bottom of the racetrack. Leader still remains car number 24, but side-by-side racing is the story for second. Lavoie puts his car to the inside. On the outside, Travis Hydar, and then Patnode. The confidence of a win a week ago has made all the difference in the world, and you're watching that as car 22 is coming to the front of the field.
6 laps to run and a bit up front.
All of a sudden, the inside lane opened up. Lavoie, oh, trouble now. Down into turn number 1, Patnode gets loose. Comes up and makes contact with the wall. Heartbreaker. Green flag is out. Terrio has been hitting his marks every time. And believe it or not, we've got another car spinning. It looks like the 23 of Devin Jensick did a 360 spin, and cautions breed cautions, and the caution comes back out. Time to do it all over again. 14 of 20.
Still 6 to go. See if we can get there, as Terrio has another great restart on the 3-time champion Jeremy Lavoie. And here comes Lafayette to race for second, car 55 coming toward the front.
And just as he comes towards the front, it is R.J. Serdell, who shows that it was no fluke that he won a couple of weeks back. As Lavoie gets shuffled back, last week, R.J. Serdell was on the podium, and he's looking to do the same. Look at the bid for second. All of a sudden, it is R.J. Serdell. Gets a strong run to the bottom. Serdell moves on to the podium, not just in 3rd, up to 2nd. Lavoie says, if he can do it, why can't I? He tries to move down. Lafayette, the rookie, showing he is not a rookie. He is one of the best, a graduate from our street stock division. Off the turn this time. When they come back to the stripe, Kyle Terrio has led from the start. 1 lap to go. Less than a half mile separates him from a prestigious victory in the limited late models here at Stafford.
Been a tough season so far, racing outside of the top 5, looking to change that here tonight. Just over a year since his first win in the limited late models. Feature win number 2 about to come right now as he comes off of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out, and Kyle Terrio picks up the limited late model feature win. The field comes off of turn number 4. The street stock main event set to go for 20 laps. Green is up and we are underway, and it's Petlock to lead the field into turn 1 for the first time.
Petlock does a nice job, but already things are starting to get, well, wild and crazy, because up on the wheel to the outside, making a bid for it. Marvin Minkler down to low to the inside. Here comes the 7 of Jeff Asler. By the time they come off turn number 4, it's been a half mile, but it is car number 7 and 2 different leaders. Jeff Asler takes the lead, bumping Sean Petlock back to second. Brandon Warren in the 3rd spot. Warren now moves to second.
He was full of energy in the pits earlier today. Very confident about the race here this evening for the 55. Brandon Warren, when we talked to him in our pre-race off of turn 4 right now, he comes and is in the 2nd spot, challenging Jeff Aslan for the race lead. Warren, the fastest car on the racetrack last time by.
No question about it. Warren is looking real racy as he is up on the wheel, almost to the back bumper of the leader. Jeff Aslan, car number 7, started the event in the 4th position. Off the turn, back to the stripe. They run like they're hitched together as they work their magic down into turn 1. Action shifts back to the front of the field. All of a sudden, Brandon Warren, who was 2/10 behind the leader, puts a fender to the inside. Can't do it.
Caution is out.
It could be
for debris on the back straightaway is what we're being told, so that'll tighten things up. Here they come off of turn 4. Green flag back out. Jeff Aslan back at the front of the field with Brandon Warren right there in the 2nd spot. Tyler Trott, good opportunity here to perhaps try to get that 80 car toward the front of the field. Inside lane bobbles. Brandon Warren goes to the point. The 55 to the race lead in turn 3.
While he goes to the front of the pack, all of a sudden they are 3 wide. Up in the top side of the racetrack, they scramble off turn number 4. It is still a torrid battle. Up front, leader is still Brandon Warren. Clements moves into 2nd. Meanwhile, further back, they're 3, 4 wide at one point. Everybody settles back in. Here they come off turn number 4, back to the stripe. Story is not in the top 5. It's 6th through 12th. And what a battle there.
Oh, they are shuffling things up. Colton Gambacorta out of shape, but saves the car just out of the top 10. Not sure where Travis Downey came from a lap ago. Made it 3 wide to move into 4th in car 42. He's now closing in on those in front of him, including Tyler Trott and Aaron Clemens. Can the 55 hang on up front? 4 more laps for Brandon Warren, coming off a great top 5 effort a week ago. Caution comes out.
Caution flag came out. The car that spun is one of the rent-a-race car machines.
The longest day of the year here in 2025 as we get set to go green. 4 laps to go here for the street stocks.
No question about it. Quickly to the outside lane. Believe it or not, Aaron Clemens pulled it off. He is out in front and he starts to string it out. All of a sudden, Brandon Warren gets his car up to speed. He moves in, tries to take over 2nd, but look out, here comes the defending champion. Wiggles just a bit off turn number 4, and right there to the inside, Tyler Trott. This is what the street stock division is all about here at Stafford. It's any man for the win here tonight.
Up the back straightaway into 3. Final trip around for Aaron Clemens.
He leads him down into turn number 3, off turn number 4. Aaron Clemens has done it again. He'll take down the victory in the AJ's Cafe. Twisted Tea, Uncle Mike, number 67. Bill Long gives him the double greens. They come to the line, pretty much evenly matched. Tom Fern has a slight advantage. Fern now takes over the lead. Already moving in, Chris Meyer tries to make the move to the inside lane. Meyer moves down low. Meyer moves into 2nd. Third is where the action is. Kyle off turn 4. Back up front, bid for the lead. Myers puts it to the inside. Will it be a situation where we got a lead change down in turn 3? Fastest car on the racetrack is Myers. Last time by, there was a margin of .132 between first and second. Second leader of the event, lap number 3, Chris Myers, car number 87. Remember, we talked about in qualifying, he starts the year like he did last year, and he struggled terrible in the first quarter of the season. But by the second half, he was back and winning, and he was almost unstoppable. It is the gray machine now all over Chris Myers' race car. Myers continues to set a blistering pace.
Still a long way to go, coming to 1/3 distance this time. 10 of 30 about to be complete. We might have a lead change by the time they get to the start-finish line. Here comes Adam Gray with a run up the front stretch on Chris Meyer. Meyer now shuffled to the outside lane, trying to hold the race lead and hold Gray down low on the bottom off turn 2. Gray too strong, jams his way to the inside in turn 3. Gray to the point. Alex Fern with the best seat in the house. In fact, she is very much part of the battle now for the second spot.
There's no question that's where the battle is. And now Alex Fern moves in for second. Second isn't good enough. Alex Fern down underneath Gray. Gray wobbles and squirms coming off the turn. 3 wide, Myers to the outside. Brand new leader emerges, Alex Fern. Now sideways, here comes Gray. Gray takes it back at the line, right behind Fern. It is still Myers.
A lot of contact there among the top 2 last time by, Adam Gray and Alex Fern. And Gray back to the point. Here comes the 23 of Kevin Gambacorta. Remember, there's a bit of a history. A couple of weeks ago, the 12 and the 97 made contact on the racetrack, and more contact there. And Fern gets turned into the outside wall, front straightaway.
And it is Chris Myers who's wedged to the outside lane as well. Will Gray put the number 97 in the winner's circle? Let's see what happens. The green is out. They are flying into turn 1.
Back to turn 1 they go. Adam Gray at the front of the field in turn number 1 and is finding some pressure from Corey to the inside, who takes the second spot away from Kevin Gambacorta. Up the backstretch, the point leader started at the tail end of the field. The 43, Andrew Durand, is in a battle for 4th with Paul Verrecchio, who also started deep in the pack in car 39. 4 car lengths over Wayne Corey in the second spot, Gambacorta in 3rd. As here they come back to the line. Good battle for 5th and a spin on the backstretch and Bobby Sturck.
So car number 9 goes around under the ebcareer.com billboard. Cannot get it fired back up. Here we go.
Green is up, 10 to go.
Ooh.
In the outside lane, gets the jump. Adam Gray does not come up to speed. Wayne Corey Jr. does, and will go to the front of the field in car number 10. Gray to get in the line in the second spot, and is in a good race for that position up the back straightaway with Paul Verrecchio.
Meanwhile, the lapped automobile of Myers is just in front of the leaders. He pulls out of harm's way, back up front. Here comes Gambacorta. Red car to the inside of your screen. Buffoni to the outside, blue and white. Off the turn, all of a sudden Buffoni's car loosens up on him. Durand moves back down low and under. Daryl Keene picks up a spot. Off the turn, here they come. Corey is still the leader of the pack. His Achilles heel has been right there. When he tries to get onto the gas, Kyle, the car goes sideways.
Here comes Gray inside, up the back stretch on Wayne Corey Jr. Battle for the lead, and it is tight off of turn 4 with 5 laps to go. Gray back to the point. Corey in second, but for how long? Here's Verrecchio to his inside. The 39 from the 10th starting spot up to the runner-up position. And still time to close in on Adam Gray with 4 to run when they get to the line.
Here comes Verrecchio. This time, white flag is out. We're riding with the top 3 cars. Down into turn number 1. Gray is there. Here comes Verrecchio. Door opens, sneaks to the inside. Side by side off the turn, down into turn number 3. brand new leader emerges. Paul Verrecchio moves to the front of the class. The fans are jumping up and down. They come off turn number 4. Paul Verrecchio has done it. He will take down the impressive victory.